It's Sunday the 25th of June 2017. This is a chart update for Alacer Gold Corp. Alacer is a stock that's listed on the ASX and on the TSX in Canada, and that affects its trading sort of volatility. The ASX listing is the smaller of the two, and it really has sort of some gappy trading action, which is sort of trying to match the Canadian listing price overnight. And it's been going sideways for almost 4 years now. There's a few gold charts that look similar to this. It reminds me a little bit of the Perseus chart, and also of Resolute Gold, which went sideways for 2 or 3 years and had a terrific run in early 2016, where it sort of went from 25 cents to $2. I think Alace is in a good position because it's quite. I like this sort of bottoming action here. I think with their production, I've got their latest company presentation here where they sort of go through what they're doing. I mean, they have a huge development project in Turkey. They're currently producing about 130,000 ounces a year in Turkey, and this project I think will take that to almost to more than 300,000 ounces a year. And so it's a huge project on even in amongst ASX mid tiers. One of the few development projects of this scale going around. They've been operating in Turkey for quite a few years now. So I think they've got a lot of stockpiled ore as well. So they're ready to go with the ore, and the cost of that ore has already been the mining costs have already been incurred. I think it's something like 2 or 3 years worth of stockpiled ore they've got, and I think this is a very high quality development project amongst the peer sort of companies on the market. They've got financing for it all. They've got enough cash and debt facility, and they've got a good hedge of their existing production at 1281 US. And I think their production costs this year, they're slating them to come down to 725 US. That's sort of particularly in the second half of this year. I think they're developing they got some permission for a higher grade deposit, and that will be developed in the second half of the year. So it's a very high quality project, and I think, I mean, it's the stock is valued as if it's it's got that 200 sort of thousand ounce producer, but this is going to be a 300,000 ounce project. I think there's a lot of opportunity here to be investing in this company when it's near the lows. It's trading at the bottom of this range. It looks undervalued for the quality of the project it is. I mean, one of the things that has attracted me here, I bought in a couple of times in last year as well. I think I bought in near the low in December. Just sort of buying all the way from 220 down and then traded on the way up. But I think that's sort of, I think might get something similar like that happening again, as long as their production and construction keeps going on schedule. But I see it's valued around. I know some of the broker targets on this are more than $4, which is where I think it should be. So not many stocks that have got that upside from brokers at the current gold price. But some people might be a bit turned off by investing in Turkey, but I don't have huge issues with sovereign risk or anything in Turkey. It is quite a large gold mining country. I think the deposit is fairly remote as well. So they've also got a few development projects too, which I think they go through in this project. Yeah, this Gedek Tepe project has had a pre-feasibility study. What was that? Çakmak Tepe. Yeah, I think here it is here. Yeah, there's Gedek Tepe PFS was done last year. This is a multi-metal ore deposit that look like it's got some reasonable feasibility behind it. I think it's copper, zinc, silver and gold. So they only own 50% of this, but I think it had a relatively low startup cost, and so they've definitely got another project there that looks quite good. It's a bit of a kicker, but yeah, even on the valuation of their main asset at Kepler, I think this is a good company, and it's one that I think. I mean, one of the things I look for now is the Warren Buffett rule. You don't want to lose. The first rule is don't lose capital, and the second rule is look at rule number one. So when it's trading at these lows, and if you're bullish on the gold price like I am over the next 2 years, for example, I think this is a relatively low risk play, but still with plenty upside. And I think I said this in the Resolute videos that I did maybe 18 months ago now, that the longer that basing pattern, the more explosive the move when it comes out. And this company's certainly got the assets for this to be one day to be a $10 stock if gold goes back to say $1,500 an ounce, which is definitely not out of the realms of possibility in the next 2 years. So it's a low risk play with plenty upside, and it's one that I hold in my super fund for that reason. And I think it's been a relatively good trading stock as well over the last year too, sort of getting those 50% moves from the lows. So it's one that I'm holding, and one that I'll continue to follow closely.